by now, all of you are aware that Woodmore are the online expert when it comes to spare parts. And the best point is that they have the spare parts for all vehicles available in India. So even if your car is out of production now, maybe you have a large generation model, even then they have the spare part available. They have the entire catalog. And the best point is that they have the same spare part from a host of different component makers, which gives you great flexibility in the pricing overall. So check them out today. Check out the app. It's available both for iOS as well as Android devices. And also check out the website for the latest schemes as well as offers.
So hey guys, welcome back to Autoportal, and today we'll be doing a detailed walk around review of the 2022 Hyundai Venue Facelift E Base variant. So this is one variant which is targeted towards the mass audience and people who are looking for perhaps a premium hatchback or a hatchback and want to upgrade to another segment, which is essentially the compact SUV segment. So we'll be talking in depth about this particular variant and letting you know what all features this is going to offer you. So let us begin straight with the key fob. So you get very bare and basic keys over here. You don't get any kind of remote central locking on this E variant. So you will have to perhaps get this accessorized. Let's start with the frontal overview. So you get the same split headlamp setup that you've been seeing on the Venue for a very long time. You get halogen based indicators on the upper half. This is a reflector, and on the lower half you get the main headlamp setup, which is reflector based halogen. It's quite basic, nothing extraordinary over here, and you get a chrome ring instead of the DRL, since this is the basic variant. Now in terms of the grille and aesthetic styling, Hyundai has done a pretty good job because you get these dark chrome elements standard across all variants. So this really gives you a very upmarket feel. You don't get any kind of fog lamps on this variant, or in fact even the top of the line variant. So Hyundai has removed fog lamps from the Hyundai Venue now, and the radiator grille has been styled pretty well too. Now in terms of the tire size, you get 15-inch steel rims here along with these silver wheel caps, and you had been seeing this on the pre-facelift version also, so not a major change here. The exact dimensions are 195/65 R15, so the width of the tire is about 195 mm, which is decent for the price you're paying. You get a lot of plastic cladding, which gives the car that sturdy and rugged look. The ORVMs are manually adjustable and are unfortunately not even body colored, so you'll have to get these painted if these look ugly. This is the toggle you can use in order to adjust the ORVMs. The door handles are definitely body colored, so this is a good thing. And on the B pillar, you get this matte black taping, which gives it a good appeal from the side also. Now in terms of the length, the car is about 3995 mm in terms of length, and the ground clearance happens to be about 190 mm, which is identical to the pre-facelift version. Now if I give you an overview of the rear fascia of this car, so Hyundai has made major changes in terms of the rear aesthetics only, so we'll be talking about that over here. Let's begin with the tail lamp cluster itself. So you get these infinity connecting type tail lamp cluster, which gets this reflector strip. So you don't get an LED strip in the middle, but if you move to the higher variants like the SX variant onwards, you get an LED strip which joins the two tail lamps. Now coming back here, you get halogen elements all across. There are no use of LEDs whatsoever. And if you move to the lower bumper, you have these two reflectors along with the reverse parking lamp, which they have offered in this cubic structure. You definitely get a silver colored skid plate, which gives the car a butch stance, and you get two parking sensors which have been placed on the bumper itself. You don't get any kind of a wiper or defogger. You definitely have your high mounted brake stop lamp, and you have a place to install a micro antenna. No shark fin antenna on this particular trim because you don't get any infotainment system either. Now if I open the boot, you get lettering over here, which looks quite nice, and this opens up to a 350 liter boot space, which in my opinion is at par with the segment and is also quite practical, because if you see, the mouth is pretty wide, so loading luggage in and out will not be a very tedious job. You can fold these seats. These are bench folding seats, so you have toggles on either side to do that. But the loading lip is not very high, but it's not either too low also, so it's decent in terms of practicality. So this is the door pad of this particular base variant. You get dual tone plastics all across the interiors, which is a very welcome change. You get two power windows, but there are no power windows for the rear passengers, so you will have to do with this manual toggle only. Now in terms of plastic quality, they have done an extremely good job. You won't find any panel gaps or any scratchy plastics whatsoever, but these are definitely hard plastics considering the price point. There are no height adjustable seats in this particular variant, which is also I think quite acceptable. You get the option to adjust the recline angle and bring the seat back and forth. These are also dual tone finished fabric seats, which are decent in terms of quality and cushioning. Let's get straight into the interiors of the car now and talk about the kind of features this particular E-Base variant is offering. So guys, here we are in the interiors of the Hyundai Venue Base variant 2022 facelift version. So please don't mind the poor lighting conditions because this was the only place that was available to shoot this particular variant. But let's begin straight with the steering wheel. So the steering wheel has been borrowed from the pre-facelift version for the lower variants in particular. If you move to the higher trims like the SX and SX optional variants, you will be getting a different D-cut steering wheel. You get your wiper rated conventional controls on the left and you get your basic controls for the headlamps on the right. This steering wheel is tilt adjustable, not telescopic, which is I think quite acceptable at the price point this variant has been offered at. On the right you get controls for your multi-information display, so you get an improved multi-information display if you compare it to the pre-facelift version. I'll just try to focus on the MID that has been offered, and this gives you a lot of information, the basic information that you'll need about the car, so you can toggle through that using these buttons. So if I use it, you will be able to see your average fuel economy, trip, AB, etc. Basically all your odometer readings will be shown in this particular MID. On the left you get your speedometer gauge, which has a different font, and on the right you get your conventional tachometer. Now if we move on to the center console, the best thing Hyundai has done over here is that they've standardized the plastics that you get from the base variant up to the top of the line variants. So if you get a few accessories installed in this variant, I think you will be very good to go. So this is one thing which I really liked about this variant. You get silver accents all across the dashboard. You get this along the center console also. So these are a few touches which really increase the premiumness quotient of the interiors. You don't get any infotainment system. You get an hazard light switch over here, which you can see, and this really has a tactile feel to it. You get a manual climate control unit, but there is no defogger offered, which I think should have been offered at this price point. You get a 12-volt charging socket as well as a Type-C USB port. This is the 5-speed manual gearbox. You get the stitching, which looks really nice. This is a small cubby hole that has been offered. You get twin cup holders over here. You get another bottle holder, and this variant misses onto an armrest, which the Kia Sonet gets in its HT variant. If I access the glove box is decent in terms of overall size. You don't get any cool glove box functionality, so this is something which you will be only getting in the higher trims. This is an open space in which you can slide in your sunglasses, etc., small knickknacks. This is actually very practical to use in terms of daily usage. The IRVM is manually dimming. You get a basic sun visor here. No vanity mirror has been offered, and that is the same for the driver as well. So this was all about the interiors. Let's move to the rear seating space and talk about the kind of amenities that this variant is offering you in detail. So now in terms of the rear seating space, the door pad is quite basic, as I've already mentioned. You get this toggle to open and close your rear window because there are no rear power windows offered in this variant. You get a small bottle holder, and there are no speakers of any sort offered because definitely you don't get any infotainment system here either. Now this particular variant also misses onto the rear power socket as well as rear AC vent, so you don't get anything over here, but that really opens up to a small cubbyhole space for the rear passengers to use. You can fold these seats, but these do not get the two-step recline function, so you will have to use this toggle to fold this seat as a bench. But in terms of overall quality, the quality standards have been kept the same throughout the cabin, which is a very good thing, and you get these dual tone seats which are definitely fabric based. The headrests are also fixed, so you don't get any adjustable headrests over here, and neither do you get any kind of integrated armrest. So guys, this was all about this video. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also turn on the bell icon so you keep getting our updates from time to time. Thank you so much for watching this video.